Alrighty, now we are actually live. Alrighty, well, we are live now, so that is what we will. We're figuring that one out. We are figuring that one out. So we will see. But before we get to there, we are going to do a real quick recap of last session. And we are going to first, let me pull up my notes here. We're going to do the recap first from the session 1 notes. By the way, I will be leaving important session notes and things in the descriptions of the YouTube videos. So if you want to refer to something, you can always go back there. Each episode is going to be brought to you by a different item product within the world of Cyberpunk, so you will get lore as well if you decide to read them. Usually they're going to be based off of something within that session that happened or something else. For reference, let's go over what went down. So, you guys met up with Ron, and you also, officers Oliver and Darryl, returned to the NCPD to deal with some communications equipment issues. We had both Claire and, Slane and Erin meeting up for the first time inside Ron's and discussing what to do. We would, if Slane gets on soon, be meeting back up with them and what they're doing, as they are kind of the linchpin of what's going on next, unfortunately. Overall, you got used to the characters, the environment, and got introduced to the community. And there are some more background information that you guys will know just generally about the area, but we will get to learning about that stuff here in a little bit. As you guys learn more about the world is developed there for you guys to know and find. More so than it was yesterday, I will say. So, does anybody have any questions about what went down yesterday besides the two 32-ounce coffees that you guys drank? Which, by the way, I just thought you might want to know that coffee is now called Neurobrew, and it has 2 labels that you guys would not have noticed. The first label is it has the testimonial on the front of the packaging, and it has kind of on the back end this list of hey, this is why we're good, just before you get to the product details. And it says Neurobrew coffee is the ultimate choice for netrunners, solos, and techies who need an edge in Night City. Infused with nootropics and nanobots. There is a star here. Neurobrew doesn't just wake you up, it enhances cognitive functions, sharpens reflexes, and boosts your overall performance. 2 stars located there. Star 1 is a small little disclaimer. Doesn't include actual nanobots or nanobot boosters. Second disclaimer is Neurobrew has not been shown to enhance cognitive function, sharpen reflex, and or boost overall performance. That is the second disclaimer. Basically what they've all told you is a lie. And finally, beneath that in small, very, very small lettering is a big warning label that says, "Warning! Contains 400 milligrams of caffeine per cup. Human consumption is ill-advised." So do with that what you will. Fair enough. And last week's session was brought to us all by Neurobrew Coffee. Please thank our corporate overlords for sponsoring all of our episodes. We are going to continue on. So, give me 1 sec. I'm going to be pulling something up on another screen. And Only the money you have in your pockets. Anyone know where Slain is? Yeah, it is. Alrighty. Nope. Not the right one. Alrighty. Well, it's really interesting. Just we're gonna just have to wait, I suppose, until we get better information. Unless we want to, I guess we could go forward without, just not in the direction that I was expecting. All right, yeah, we can do that. We can wait. More on the tail end. Don't do it. Don't go there. Don't go there. No, no, no. People could find them. People can find them. It's a It's a lot easier for me to just leave it as past live streams, and you guys can just go to the YouTube channel. Meanwhile, if I had them, yes, but if I did them as private videos, I would have to give you every single link to it. Nah. No. Oh my god. Then I would unlist them, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are the worst. Not even any defense against it, just, yeah. Agreed. Alright. Never said you were, I just said you all. The collective is the worst. So, Jonah, Naira, what are you guys up to today? Besides hanging out. $5 a.m. or 5 p.m.? Hmm. I see. I see. Yeah, I'm dealing with research and stuff now as well. Well, that's good. Naira, are you going to stand for Jonah muting you? You going to stand for that? Oh. Never mind then. Mm. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everyone's just... Everything is always shitty because everything is shitty. Alright, can I have everyone go ahead and give me a D10 roll real quick? Just give me a D10 roll. I need to see something. Yep. Okay, and we're just going to wait on Nathaniel on that one. Well, that is part of the fun. All right. It's now 4:30. I'm going to wait another 2 minutes and see if she hops on, and we will go from there. One of these days, these live streams are going to start at the right time. One of these days. Guess it depends. I mean, this is true. Oh, God. Oh, no. Huh? Oh, my God. Are you sending me something? The spams you need, the spams you get time for Fortnite. What? Is that even words? So fair. So fair. I hadn't considered that. No, you don't, and that's alright. Oh my God. And the spam just continues. MIA. No, I guess more AWOL would be the proper terminology in this context. Oh my God! Oh my God. On February 25th, 2024, this certificate of virtual marriage certifies that Naira Williams and Ira were united in virtual marriage on good God, on February 25th, 2024. This certificate has no legal power for entertainment purposes. I hate how they have to actually put that at the bottom. At the very bottom of it. Just ignore this can't be used for legal purposes. This is totally legally binding. Obviously. Huh. And how do you feel about this? Hey, Nathaniel, you back? Roll a d10 for me. All right. Kira and Darryl, roll again. Oh my god. Sorry, 2 10s is going to get it. Darryl, you're going to be there then. Alrighty then. Well, we are just going to continue on at this point. After waiting for, 20 minutes, I'm willing to just move on at this point. I might as well do something. We will get to what is going on here in 1 second. And why you rolled all those d10s. What? All right. With Darryl, with you rolling the highest here, you're going to be starting us off today. What are you up to? I know you and you're driving Oliver, or is Oliver driving you? Alrighty. And you guys are heading back to NCPD Precinct 1. Alright. So you make your way into NCPD Precinct 1. It is very similar in structure and image to NCPD Precinct 2. However, there are a lot more windows. There is a lot less, random bullet holes in concrete for reasons. And it is arguably you might say, most well-funded of the 3 precincts in Night City. As you make your way inside, you see a large atrium. Elevator banks off to your right-hand side. Desks in the center of this large vaulted atrium, and conference rooms over on the left-hand side, and holding cells at the back of this large kind of atrium entrance lobby type thing. Where you are going is you need to go to the second floor. So you are currently on lobby. Then there's floor 1 and floor 2. Floor 2 is the communications wing of NCPD. You are going to be looking for... let me pull it up here. Sorry, let me pull up my notes. On NCPD Precinct 1. And you are going to be looking for... you're going to be looking for Jax Thorne. Jax Thorne is one of the, I wouldn't necessarily say interns, but he helps out with the communications wing and was the last person who you guys got in contact to service your comms equipment. Are you are you gonna go straight to floor 2, or are you gonna look around NCPD Precinct 1 for a bit? Alrighty. Oliver, what are you doing? Well, yes, but you also have your own autonomy. You were the one who was shocked, after all. Okay. Alrighty. Play will move back to Darryl. You go up to the second floor and you ask the first person you see, which is an intern carrying a stack of papers up above their head, and they go, "No, I haven't seen Jax," and continue to walk down the hall. Papers slowly flittering off the top as they continue to walk. So Patricia is the secretary for the comms group that's up there. You do ask her about where Jax might be, and she goes, let me take a quick look and see if we have him on registration for where he may be right now." And she starts to type away on her computer. We are going to go back over to Oliver. Oliver, is there anything you want to say at this point? Or do? Yeah. Um, all Darryl, is there anything you could do in response to this? To that commentary? Patricia just rolls her eyes at you. "One of your locket tirades, I hear again. When are you ever going to outgrow those?" She mutters under her breath. Can you guys both give me a lip reading check to see if you see what she says? I believe under awareness skills. Oliver, you are able to read this. Darryl, you are not able to read this. You see, Patricia says, "Well, if you stop blowing up your damn squad cars for the last 3 months in a row, maybe he would promote you." You didn't hear it. You read the words on her lips as she muttered it under her breath. She didn't actually say it, more intoned it. But you do know that that was said. Patricia is not going to notice you rolling your eyes or not looking at you, not looking at her anymore. Eventually, after typing for a few minutes and searching, she finds his location and hands you a note. And on the note, it has a list of coordinates and she says, "He's out on patrol. This is where he's going to be located. Um, if you guys have anything else that you need from communications, we can get you sorted here. Otherwise, that's the information you requested." She shakes her head. No. we are going to pause there as they are now walking out of the comms facility. By the way, Oliver and Darryl, you guys still haven't fixed your comms physically. Just as a note, you kind of got distracted by the "we need revenge," which is fine. All the more power to you. But we will get back. Okay. We are going to go next over to one of our new characters, Kira. You are going to be doing basically your normal daily routine. You wake up a little bit later. It's now about... By the way, this is the exact same day that we left off. This is just continuing on. It's about, I want to say it's about 10 a.m., 11 a.m. or so. The morning fog and dew that was there in the early morning has kind of started to lift, although there is a light drizzle going on over the entirety of Night City. You do wake up early, or not necessarily earlier, but later than usual. We are going to put your X. You are a part of the same neighborhood here as these purple X's that you guys should be able to see right now, hopefully. And I'm going to mark, yes, in Haywood. And I'm going to mark another X. You're going to be a little bit closer to the Haywood Industrial Zone. That's not a line. Haywood bracket Santo Domingo. Technically, Haywood, this is referred... So, technically, what ends up happening is in between 2045 and 2077, the Glen, the old combat zone, old Japantown, and South Night City end up becoming Haywood. The current Haywood in Santo Domingo gets renamed to just Santo Domingo, or referred to as Old Haywood. So, that's kind of where you guys are going. And we're also going to add in, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to say that, actually, I'm going to grab yours, Jonah, and move it, your X, and move it a little bit closer to the rest. Shrink it up a little, move it to the right. Alrighty. Do you see those X's and kind of get... Ah, that was not the right thing to do. Yes. Yes, so that's where you are. I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the rest of the X's, just so you're aware. Alright, hold on a sec. I'm actually going to do something. I'm moving these all to the token layer. That way it's a little bit easier. So you wake up. What is your first thing that you do in the morning? Okay. So you meet up with your friend, and you get to conversing. What do you guys talk about? Oh, okay, fair enough. Either way, what do you guys talk about? Nothing will not suffice for this. You do need to say something. Alright. Responses are going to be non-committal, but you certainly do hear responses. Chad is quite tired. Less talkative today than perhaps you're used to. Alrighty. And what is your first course of business in the day after conversing with your friend there? There would be bounties. Alright. You just want to get a standard bounty, or are you looking for something with a bit more spice and difficulty? What are you kind of looking for? Alrighty. So, you just a chill day. You see a couple of bounties, nothing that really tickles your fancy out the gate. Um, but you do know that the bounties update every day, 3 times a day. One is at 9 a.m., one is at noon, and one is at about 3 in the afternoon. And then there are sometimes bounties that are posted around 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m., really late night bounties. Usually those don't show up until the early morning, however. So you're not finding anything in the 9 a.m. suite of bounties at the local bounty board. Would you still feel like coming back later in the day to see what's available? All right. And what else are you going to be doing? Because you do got about an hour or two to kill before 12 o'clock noon. Alrighty. So as you walk around Night City, especially, and are you going to be staying in the neighborhood, or are you going to be moving elsewhere outside of the neighborhood? Alrighty. So as you're walking around the neighborhood, let me find my note here really fast. You're gonna go ahead and walk around. Skips. Sorry, let me get that correct. You skip around the neighborhood. And by the way, just so you guys are aware, the neighborhood, to residents of the neighborhood, it's called the Maze. Due to the kind of Warren-like and high industry location that you guys are in. So you'll walk around. Do you want to head towards the Spine? Or are you feeling more like the Horizon Plaza Market? The Spine is the main mega building that is at the end of where, kind of, you might say, the Maze's, like, boundaries. It's on the southern boundary of, sorry, is going to be western boundary. It's towards the Haywood Industrial Zone. It's one standalone mega building. It's pretty big. It was, brought together by a few corporations. That is the main, centerpiece to the Maze, and it's by locals it's known as the Spine. So you can either head that direction, or you can head a little bit further south of the Spine, towards where Ron's is located. You completely missed Ron's from last session. But Ron's is located outside of a street market, and that street market is known as the Horizon Plaza, usually just known to locals as the market, because there's only one major one in the Maze. There's a few other ones that pop up from time to time, but the Horizon Plaza market is certainly the biggest. So those are kind of your going to the plaza. Alrighty, I'm going to have you go ahead and give me a D20 roll first, and then we will come back to you here in a few minutes. We are going to be moving on to... Yeah, it would be... Okay, cool. 6. That will be certainly interesting. We're going to move on to Erin. Last we checked in with you, you had split up from Slain. Unbeknownst to you, Slain went in to start looking for other information, and is currently... You're currently on your own. What do you want to do? All right. Just for reference, I'm going to outline some things. So here and alrighty. That can certainly be done. Um, why isn't it staying? Are you going to stay now? Alright. So this small little green dot that I am drawing right here, this is kind of... it's not working. Give me one sec. I'm going to do this freehand because apparently Roll20 doesn't like me. So this dot right there, the green, bright green dot, that represents where the spine is located in reference to the neighborhood. And down about here is where the plaza market is. In terms of the overall reach of where the neighborhood kind of is fairly expansive. It follows along these two roads and cuts back this way, cuts in a bit due to an industrial plaza, and is bordered on the south side by the industrial zone. So this gives you kind of an idea of exactly which neighborhood and the relative size of things, just to give you guys a bit of perspective. And I'm just going to move some things around because the market is a little further south. The spine is basically at the very edge of where the industrial zone is. Does that kind of make sense where you guys are in relation to everything? That makes sense for everyone? Cool. Moving, so you don't have any messages from Killian. Again, no fires to put out immediately. But when you do get to your office, you do see the... go ahead and give me, actually, a D10 roll. The higher the value, the worse situation you are going to be in. It's an 8. Alrighty. You find the remains of a gang fight. There are about 6 bodies strewn in front of your office. Mind you, your office is unmarked. Not yet, anyway. No. No. Alrighty. You have enough... What the hell is that picture? What? Huh? Why? Oh my god. Oh shit, yeah, no, that's where I recognize him from. Okay. So, you drag him in. Do you want to do a first aid check on them? 3 are in critical condition. The other 3, there was no hope of saving them out of the 6 you found. You can only save 3 out of the 6. The other 3 were too far bled out. Alrighty, go ahead and roll for me first aid 3 times. 20, okay, and an 18 and a 21. Yeah, no, yeah, you're able to start work on them and get them stabilized. Killian comes in a little bit later after you've called for, like, hey, this is on fire. um, and he gets in, and you guys are both successfully able to extract the numerous amounts of lead that has now increased their body weights. They actually increased in body weight with the amount of buckshot, specifically, that was inside of their abdomens and torso. And they are... Two of them are still kind of out of it. The first one to get up is like, ugh, and it kind of doubles over on himself. He looks around and goes, when the hell did we get taken to a ripper dock? No, you would not be. You'd be actually quite pissed to be lumped in with them. He looks at you. He reaches up to try and check and see if his glasses are on. There are no glasses on his face. And goes, yeah, close enough. He looks at you and goes, and why the hell would I tell you that? They didn't specifically come to your location. They were just outside of your location. He goes, pay for it? Hey, you saved our lives. That there's charity. That ain't no payment. You ain't getting nothing. He shrugs and goes, a few bullet holes here, a few bullet holes there. Still ain't gonna pay for bullshit. He goes, you wouldn't dare. Someone of your stature, mind you, this guy is bigger than you. You can't do nothing to me. And he starts to get up off the table. Killian nods in agreement. Go ahead and roll for me a d10 to see if you miss his hand. You do not successfully miss his hand. Goes right through, pinning his hand to the table. Right through about this part. No. And he winces and looks down at his hand, which is now firmly attached to the the armrest of this medical kind of chair that he's sitting in. And he goes, you know, that was a pretty sharp point you got there. I think I'm starting to understand and get your point across right about now. Killian on the other side of the room just sighs. He goes, bodies. Oh, figured there would be a few bodies. Well, here's the unfortunate thing. We were kinda doing our own thing and kinda got into our own problems, which means if you're looking for my boss, I don't think he's gonna be too willing to pay for my fuck-ups. No. They go ahead and give me a streetwise check to see if you can tell the inference that I'm making here. Under education or social, I can't remember which. It's next to local expert. Should be around. Here, one sec. No, that is a local expert. Streetwise is going to be... It's under social, sorry. Social. Bottom left corner of social. That is going to be a... Yeah, that's going to be 4. Let me think here for a second. And... Let me do a GM roll really fast. Alrighty, so you look a little confused. However, Killian does seem to get the subcontext and comes over and whispers in your ear, no, it was unsanctioned territorial, and she puts in air quotes, territorial expansion. And he goes, I can't remember, but there were these 4 folks who were staying around this building and staying around a building where we were fighting at, and they seemed to be protecting something, and we wanted whatever was in it. The thing that those 4 gangers were protecting was your office. Those are your booster gangers who you help with in order to protect your office space. By the way, I'm going to mark your office space in red. I'm going to mark that on the map here so you can see where it is. Going to be down here. You do have it. You do, by the way, have enough knowledge about these 6 booster gangers. They're from the 6th Street gang, which works to the south. They work on 6th Street, obviously. You guys are on Mercer, for reference. You guys are on Mercer Avenue. They would have been... It's kind of a rotating sort as you work with multiple smaller booster gangs within the maze. Whoever is protecting you doesn't necessarily have... The names change, affiliations change, much like the Tides. But and he goes, well, I'm not sure what building this is, but if it was where we were fighting, he looks at you and goes, wait, This is your building? Here goes. Office. Goes. Enough with the big words. Offices and buildings and whatnot. Well, either way, there were 4 people. He looks askance, and he looks over at one of the guys who's still passed out on one of the other tables, and he goes, "See the guy in the blue hair? He's 2 tables down. Make him pay for it. I ain't paying for this." And he looks down at his hand and goes, "Is there any way you could, remove that?" In supplies or in time? Been about 2 hours. And let's go with supplies. It's going to be... You're going to be running 676 eddies for the total there, for saving these 3 guys. That's using supplies that you own and the last 2 hours worth of work. This is not eddies you would gain, but more costs you would recoup. He goes, "What do I look like? An accountant?" And we're going to pause there for a moment while Killian is going off to wake up Booster Ganger with the blue hair here. We got the awake one, the asleep one, and the blue-haired one. That's all we need. We are going to be switching back over, actually, to Mirage. Would you like to introduce yourself? Because Slane has contacted you and is asking for some assistance. Well, basically, the effect is rather than having Slane themselves actually talk to you, it's left as a note or an email of like, "Hey, I'm looking for a netrunner who can do X, Y, and Z thing." Alrighty. And the overall gist of what you're told is it's just information gathering, trying to find info on a person, and Slane is unwilling to pay in eddies directly, but is willing to pay in a trade of services. Slane, for the record, is a fixer. Alright. You are tasked with looking up a local by the name of Ron. By the way, one sec, I'm going to be marking here. Next to the market in another color, this is going to be in a light blue. This is going to be Ron's, in that really awkward square shape there. So that kind of gives you a location to all of these things. I'm just trying to fill out the map for you guys so you can have a better idea of what's going on with everything. And you were told, "Hey, I need you to look in to this guy named Ron," and you know who Ron is. Everyone who's anyone in the maze knows Doc Ron. And you are a little weirded out by that, because comparative to your normal clientele, which of course is, the individuals we were talking about previous. This is way different than your normal clientele and your normal targets. You don't really target, the mom and pop shop down on the corner. But so you are a little apprehensive. Would you still want to go forward and get and go forward with the trade of services anyway? Alrighty. So no promises. Gonna be just doing some cursory looking. Still expecting a trade of services for your overview looking and her fixer connections. Is that correct? Just as a general. Alrighty. So you are, one moment. Let me pull up. If you remember that specific group that I told you about, so there, you actually are going to be traveling over to Ron's. So I'm going to go ahead and pull everyone over to Ron's Bodega. Alive? Fantastic. All right. You see the map in front of you? Alrighty. I'm just leaving Doc Ron in the back room here at his desk. So, welcome on. Welcome on. Okay. Actually, do we want to roll that back really quick and actually just do that? Okay. We're roll it back 5 minutes. Gonna roll it back 5 minutes. This is perfect timing because I was just ad-libbing what you would be doing. So everyone strike that from the record. Never happened. No trades have been done. In fact, we're not even on that map. No, we're going back to the house map. We're going back here. No office. We're all good. Killian is still trying to wake up blue-haired dude. So if you rolled a 5 or under, you would have missed. It was just a 50-50 coin flip. So you tried to miss, but you actually missed in trying to miss and hit him. I don't know what's more intimidating than getting effectively a knife stabbed through your hand. That's pretty intimidating. The scalpel's fine. It's fine. Liability in Night City? No. No, she's like a New York. Wait, didn't you go New York, New Jersey, Night City, or just New York to Night City? Okay. Okay. I was gonna say if you're from New Jersey, yeah, you would have stabbed the hand anyway. Can't. You can remove the person from the New Jersey, but you can't remove the New Jersey from the person. New York, outside of New York, got hit by an orbital bomb. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. Fair enough. So we are going to go ahead and move on to Mirage and Slain. Slain, you had sent out an informational inquiry to a few of your networked folks, and they got back to you with a netrunner who specializes in. On the tin, it says informational gathering. Whether it's informational gathering or not is a separate issue entirely. We are going to bring it over to Mirage, who you've just received this informational. Do you want to reach out? All right. And Mirage, once you reach out, do you set up time to meet face to face, or do you basically you said, "Hey, looking for Netrunner," and you thought it might be interesting? What time and where do you want to meet? It is about. Let me take a look. So it was about. Let's see here. So, let me take a quick gander here. It's about 11:30 a.m. in time, in-game time. What type of place are you looking for? Would you end up wanting to go into part of the warehouse district side? Okay, so at the north end of the maze is a bunch of old dilapidated warehouses and industrial buildings. There is an old used oil refinery that was up there that has been long since abandoned from Petrochem. No guards are around up in that location. No corporations should be around. However, you would be a little bit nervous to get that close to the Haywood Industrial District, which is operated by Zirafa, a construction corporation that has been working in Night City for the past about 10 years, since the end of the Fourth Corporate War. So, would you be okay with going nearby to where corporations are, but not directly? Again, the individuals that, you've had previous encounters with do not work up there. They're closer over to the Horizon Plaza and the Spine, for reference, just so you know, Naira. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and mark in the black, in a black pen here, the old oil refineries. So the old oil refineries kind of make a line. There's a few of them up kind of in this corner, and they come down on that far northern edge. So they're way up there in that corner, if you can see that. And then you have your industrial district, which I'm going to be labeling here in kind of a light gray. The rest of the industrial district comes out like this and curls back to here. So this entire area is basically industrial parks. So warehouses and the like. That makes sense to everybody? Alrighty. It's not perfect, but the map is actually, the map is actually starting to look like a real map. God damn it. Slain, would you agree to these conditions? of meeting up near the old oil refineries. I'm actually going to give this to Slane. Can you go ahead and give me a local expert check to see if you know anybody who works up near the old oil refineries? The old oil district. All right. With a 21, I would say you might know a few folks in the region, but you're more centrally located towards the south, towards where the Spine and the Horizon Plaza is. So maybe one or two. You don't really have a good footprint up there yet, but you could build it up over time. So you're just going to follow along with what Mirage is saying. Mirage, you do know of a warehouse that's up near the oil district that you choose. Nondescript, very much plain Jane. Nothing really too overwhelming about it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a warehouse map. The favorite amongst... Actually, we're going to go into an old an auto body shop. And do I have that token? It's the asset I keep reusing. But I don't have the token that I was hoping to grab. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick. Hold on one moment. No. Alrighty, hold on a sec. I'm just going to be uploading an image really quick. I'm just going to be doing quick modification. Is all good. Just give me one sec. We will be moving on here in one moment. Alrighty. I need to lock these in place. Alrighty, I'm going to drag folks to the auto shop. An old auto shop, 2 cars left in the docks, having never been removed. Power still 2. Old and decrepit, sure, but it is a secure place where you guys can meet. Mirage, you get there first. Please go ahead and drag your token onto the board wherever you want. Yep. Alrighty. Here, one sec. Left car, right car. Alright. Alright. Slain, when you arrive to this location, you arrive outside, and you enter in through the door. The door to enter the building is going to be on the north side. The north eastern corner of the map. You can see it way up there. Hopefully you can see that. Alrighty. You guys have the floor now. Yep, you can just drag your token wherever you want to go on this map. Where Mirage is located. Alrighty. Feel free to converse amongst yourselves. Okay. Yes, this is what you're going for. Shop, bodega. And Mirage. This is a business transaction. What are you going to take as payment? Mirage, go ahead and give me a local expert check. It's going to be under education skills. Education skills. Should say Haywood, Santo Domingo. Let's see. You should. Here, let me see. Local. It's under local expert. You do have it. It's at the bottom. Above science. Yeah. It's way down there. Yeah, you wouldn't know who Slain is as an individual. This would be your first time meeting with them. Well, you would say, I assume you're a fixer, and that would be revealed. But this is your at least first time meeting this fixer individually. You haven't necessarily. You may have heard whispers, I suppose, or rumors to their whereabouts, but you would have never crossed paths with them beforehand. Does that make any sense? All right. And in terms of and Slain, I'm assuming you would have also given the name over to Mirage. Mm-hmm. Mirage, you would know that you would know that shop and know who she's talking about. Yes, you would know Ron. With a 14, you would. Well, the thing is the way that I picture this, especially from your background, is you don't like to be noticed. You don't want to be noticed. So having things be done and dealt with without your input, or setting things up for dominoes to fall in place without getting your hands dirty, is kind of the way I imagine your character to, at least having your character's past actions be that way. Unfortunately, eventually everyone has to get their hands dirty. All right. Well, technically, Slain, this is also your first time ever meeting Mirage. You two have never met outside of this one connection through another network connection of yours. So this is like a connection away from your immediate network. So it makes sense that neither of you would know each other, at least for the most part. And Mirage, Slain, is there anything last that you want to add? All right, I'll let you go. Be right back. It's all good. If that's the case, do folks want to take a quick 5 minute break? Alrighty. I'm going to go get a glass of water for myself. I will be back in just about 5 minutes. What? Oh my god. Alright. No. No, it's gonna be a no. Alrighty. Looks like Iro is back. Naira, you also back as well? Alrighty. Then we shall chill and wait. It's fine. It's Fortnite. God. Is all good. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Okay, any last things you guys want to say? No, no. I didn't mean you guys. We're getting back to you guys here in a moment. It is all good. Alrighty. Then that is fair enough. You two will separate from here, going your separate ways, off on your own missions. We are going to pop back over to NCPD Precinct 1 with Darryl and Oliver. Um, so, the coordinates you were given to go and follow after this guy are on his local patrol. Everyone ends up having to do local patrol at some point. Specifically, he's going and fixing some communications towers that are out near the... Let me pull up the map. That are out near the upper marina, where the upper marina connects to that road that heads straight to the executive zone. So right there. Wait, 1 second. Right there. Do you see that? Where I just pinged? Earth to Oliver, Earth to Darryl. You guys are right there. And that's where you find Jax. He's working on a communications tower. He's in the process of welding something. Pauses for a second, flips his mask up and goes, "Yeah, and why should I?" He looks at you and goes, "Who are you calling boy? I'm a year older than you, and you and I were started on the force at the exact same time. I can't help I got demoted twice." He's a year older than you. He got demoted twice, which is why he's in this, like, intern position. Something about shooting a communications tower. Something having to walk in the footsteps of those he made suffer from his own miscommunications. Something, then got mad, ran a squad car into another communications tower. Something had to become an intern in order to pay off his time. Just so you kind of have an idea. Something involved 2 bottles of whiskey. Yeah, you pull out the 2 communications chips that are in the back of, kind of behind your right-hand ears for the both of you guys. And they allow you guys to communicate via radio to each other and other cops. You've... Okay. He looks at them and goes... And he hands yours back to you, Darryl. He goes, "Well, this one's fine. I don't know why you're asking me about it." And he looks at it. He looks at it and goes, "Well, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the chip, but it is scratched. Let me take a look at your chip socket." So, Oliver, you'd have to turn around and show him behind your right ear. Would you feel comfortable doing that? He pulls out basically like a magnifying glass and starts to look at it and goes, "Well, there's your problem." And he says, "Hold on a sec." He walks over and grabs a compressed can of air and basically blasts it into the chip socket. And a piece... and a piece of bullet casing pops back out that got stuck back there. And he goes, "Well, I can't do anything about the static, but at least this'll do you better. Next time, figure it out on your own. I have too much..." and he goes, before you guys say that, he goes, "I have too much atonement to do, according to Lockett." He shrugs. Doesn't really feel too bad about Lockett. He understands what he did was wrong, but... He kind of looks at you gobshitled, like gobsmacked, and looks at you and goes, Yeah, youngster. Someday you're gonna fuck up beyond recognition, and I ain't gonna be here to help you. Sink or swim." Foreshadowing. Literary device used. Foreshadows. Cool guys don't. No, no, you guys. No, you guys would have to get out of the car in order to. He's on top of a roof at a communicate. He's next to an antenna. Oh my god. The ultimate insult. No more Fortnite. So he just Jax just looks over at you, Darryl, and just sighs as he starts to climb his way back up to where he was welding on the communications tower. All right. You hear him. You hear as you're walking back to the car, Jax mutter under his breath. Darryl, you're the only one who hears this because Oliver's already walked back into the car. He goes, really should not have taken the cruiser for that spin when I did. Just sighs again. He's like, well, more welding. And you start to hear as you get into the car the like welder start to kick back into gear and start welding again. Is there anything you guys would like to do now that you've gotten your communications equipment fixed? Mm-hmm. It's, well, not a casing, more of a bullet jack. It's more of a piece of jacket that came off of like a hollow point, got lodged back there. Yeah, you wouldn't know. Probably something something last time you guys were in a firefight, something something. Alrighty, is there anything else besides just driving? Is there anything else you would like to do, or is that it? Alrighty, so you guys are on your way back to the Glen to get into NCPD Precinct 1 headquarters. Alrighty. Play is going to move once more again away. And who was next after them? I think it was Kira, yeah. Kira, you're up next. What are you doing? You're at the market and you rolled a 2. No, you rolled a 6. Okay, that means I now need to roll on the encounters table. Twice. Alrighty. So you make your way into the plaza market. Is there anything in specific you're looking to purchase? Alrighty. Let's go ahead. I'm going to need 2D100. Wow, you seem to be unfortunately unlucky today. Alrighty, let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. So as you're looking around, what colors are you wearing? What is your outfit? Bright blue and white. It is light drizzle in Night City today. Bright blue and white. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. Unfortunately, that color combination is not going to be able to save you here in this case. Alrighty. And you are alone, correct? Unlucky again. Jesus. Not my problem. And who is it going to be? Okay. This works. We're about to see Jonah get curb stomped. This is going to be funny. No. I don't think so. Not at the time frame that this is going on. Let's see here. Do I want to use one of these assets? No. Yeah, we'll just go with this alleyway. This alleyway works. Alrighty. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Well, we'll see. Curb stomping is relative, you see. let's go with these guys. Nondescript person. Duplicate. 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 Hold on a second. Well, I need to make 4 new NPCs really quickly. And this isn't involving his second encounter. He's just, like, severely unlucky. Jonah, what god did you piss off to get in this position? Bro, I'm not looking to kill my players in session 2. Well, we'll see. We shall see, won't we? Well, I'm just setting up the location. Chill out. As you're walking, for some reason, well, actually not for some reason, in order to get to where the market is located, you decide you're going to need to you're going to shortcut some things. You decide you're going to head down an alleyway. And this is the first of a series of poor decisions. But we're not here to judge. One second. Looking at the relative scale of things. I guess this could just be measure. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Hold on a sec, I'm just resizing some things. Alrighty. You decide that the fastest way to get to your destination is to take a shortcut through an alleyway. Unfortunately for you, as you're walking through the alleyway, skipping along, I might add, you see a couple of guys who are sitting on a, kind of at this, like, dock for like this like truck dock, like a loading dock, if you will. And they stop you. And they look at the colors that you're wearing and they go, "You ain't a part of the Blood Ravens. You need to pay the toll." Your character would know about the Blood Ravens there. And this is the situation that you find yourself in. They go, "The Blood Ravens don't deal in eddies, we deal in blood. You walked into our turf, you're missing a few fingers on your way out." Go ahead and give me a persuasion check really fast. Yeah, that's not going to do it. They go. The first guy looks over to one of his buddies and goes, "She for real? She just say that not nice?" The other guy nods towards him, and the main guy goes, "What's wrong with you? Got a couple screws loose up the stairs or something?" Oh, this character's great. Oh, God, I love this character now. Dude looks over at his other guy and goes, "She for real? Did she just fucking check her head to see if screws were actually loose?" The other dude that he's now looking at, this is Booster Ganger 3, looks back at him and goes, looks back at you, looks back at the guy, walks over to the guy and whispers something. Go ahead and give me a lip reading check to see if you can hear what they're saying. You're not going to be able to. Alrighty. The main guy goes, all right. Boys, she's gonna have to learn the rules one way or another, and if she can't pick up what we're saying, just do it to her. Take her right index finger. Make sure it's her trigger finger. The three guys start to converge on your location. What do you do? Roll for me initiative. Four. Does your character have any armor at all? No, you don't. What kind of armor? Light, medium, heavy. Light is the highest you can do without reducing stats. There, now you have armor. I just like, that's not nice. Boy, what the hell did she say? I mean, if he got a higher persuasion check, I may have allowed it. If it was a critical success. You start reaching for your gun. Right, Jonah? Is that what you want to do? You're going to go for the bat? Where would your bat be on your person? Would it be, like, slung over your back? All right, so you start to pull it out from behind your back. It's at that point that Booster Ganger 3 realizes something is up and immediately grabs his pistol and fires straight into you, hip firing. This means he's going to take a -4 to accuracy, but we shall see if he hits. Ranged weaponry, handgun, roll. Oh, wait, not handgun. Sorry. Very heavy pistol. That is a critical success. Oh, God. What is your luck today? No. You need to... No. I'm going to share this on my end. I'm going to change my virtual camera so you can see this. Actually, no, I'm gonna share my screen really quick. Take a look at this, okay? And this is at 4 meters away. That's gonna hit, even with a -4. That's still a 17. Bro, you're just really unlucky. Very probably. There's only one out of... We haven't gotten to the worst of the two events. He rolled a 96 on the event table. The only one that's worse than a 96 is a 100. He rolled a 75 and a 96 out of 4 dice. You don't want to know. Let's see this. You take 1 point of damage. You take 1 point of damage. Booster Ganger 1, realizing what's going on, is also going to grab his pistol and fire at you. This is then going to be another roll. Knowing how this has gone so far, the answer to that is more likely than I would care to admit. He is not going to hip fire. He is going to take his time. He is going to hit you. again in the chest. -1. -9. And play moves to you. I would advise you that you flee. Well, at this rate, I still have 4 more. It's 4v1 in this case. The health pool alone, just as hit points, is Kira's 45 to 100, not including armor. I would recommend sprinting, preferably with Adidas brand shoes or Nike brand shoes. You know, it's at this point that if we were actually a YouTube studio, I would, probably say, and thanks to today's sponsor, Vessi, you too can run away from booster gangers. What's your move stat? You can move 14 squares away. If you can get off the map in 14 squares, you're good. Yeah, you can successfully flee. We are, however, in return for fleeing, you're not left without no injury to your personal character. Kiara is going to be taking a -1 to reputation for fleeing. Add -1. Alrighty. You run back down the alleyway you came. In the process of fleeing, the other 2 booster gangers are going to pull shots, but they are not going to move. So it is going to be effectively a distance of 14 squares away. So 14 times 2 is 28 meters. And I'm just going to roll for them. We're going to see if they clip you. Knowing the rate that this is going, who knows? So that is going to be... This should be Booster Ganger 2. Alright, I'm going to open their character sheet and roll. And open their character sheet and roll. That is a miss and a miss. You successfully avoid the attack. Well, you live to fight another day, as it were. You then walk around, and you are able to get out of the way, out of the area. And you end up coming in on Mercer Street. Sorry, Mercer Avenue. And you're going to be coming in from the right side of the map. Why are you large? There. Hold on a sec. Oh, I guess it is a 3-lane street. Yeah, okay. Now that makes sense. Alrighty. You are free to move your character how you see until you get into the market. You have to go into the market. Or do we want to pause here and wait? Alrighty. You are bleeding out from a couple of bullet holes. Not bad, but you are in a little bit of pain. Not immediately. You might... You can do a first aid check on yourself, yes. Yes. I'm going to say you are able to patch up the bullet wounds. You're not able to heal, but at least you've stopped the bleeding. Which stall would you like to go to? Yep, you do. By the way, just so you guys are aware of why this plaza here is called Horizon Plaza, the gray building that Kira was just standing outside of is the old Horizons Limited Corporation building. It's an old office building. It has since been abandoned. It's not actually filled. Nope. Is that the tent you want to go to, or do you want to go to a different tent? Alrighty, let me pull out the information for this guy. Alrighty. Go ahead, Jonah, and roll for me a d10. This determines just how bad it is. Actually, that is, honest to God, fairly useful. Okay. You're not... I can guarantee this. You're not going to get into combat again. Because if you got into combat with these guys, I'm pretty sure you would die here. I'm not even joking. It would be another 3v1 with enemies that take at least 2 edge runners to take on each. So, you go ahead and enjoy your time at the market, and as you're leaving, you end up coming around towards the back here. So I'm going to focus ping you. Back here. And you end up looking down the alleyway, and unfortunately, you see something going on that you really shouldn't have seen. The Vipers, which is a local gang to the maze again, who mainly stick to the lower levels, and every once in a while you'll see them come out, are loading what appears to be heavy weapons ammunition into the back of this building right here. I'll mark it right here. And you see this happening. Unfortunately, out of the three of them that are there, one of them notices you and tells you to get the fuck out. Go the fuck away. You didn't see anything. What do you do? And that is how Kiara managed to live for another day. You know, you are so glad you did not roll a 9 or a 10 there. Because that's instant combat. Not as good as rolling... What happens if a character does die? You start a new character. No resurrection. It has since been removed. I got rid of the entire deck. You didn't want... The only way to resurrect your character were 2 cards in the deck, and you didn't want the deck, so I got rid of the deck. So now you can't resurrect. Which means now we're actually doing, honest-to-God, death saving throws when you die. Good luck. And, okay, we're going to get back to Kiara a bit later. Continuing to skip on her merry way wherever she doth go. Slain, what are you up to right now? You're heading back to your office right now. This was after meeting with Mirage. Mirage, what would you like to say? How many hours would you say it would take for you to gather that information? Yes. So Slain, somewhere around 4 hours. On the upper end, maybe 6. So it'll be like end of day that day. So you guys ended up meeting at about 12:30. You guys will probably you'll probably get your information around 4 o'clock to 6 p.m., so late afternoon, early evening. You could go to Ron's shop, yeah. No. Ron's shop is closed. Yeah, this is still the same day. Alrighty. Okay. We will get back to you with work here in a little bit. We are going to move back over to Mirage. Mirage, what are you doing in order to get this information? Oh my god. They've been married for 27 years. I'm so glad I wasn't drinking water there. I'd say Ron... Don't say the come on, Roz. I'm going to say Ron is happily content in his marriage. I mean, look at him. Here, let me go over to Ron. Let me go over to Ron. Like, look at how happy this man is. Look at how happy he is. No. Remember, you are a net runner. He is currently in his back office right now. Also works at the bodega, does more of the managerial stuff, as mentioned last time. I don't actually have a good answer for that, at least off the top of my head. Yes. I would assume they both have friends, yes. Yes. A bodega. So think convenience store slash store of goods, kind of a general store. Think 7-Eleven, except more. Yes, but it is all closed and shuttered up. Yes. No, yeah, here. I'll drag your character to where you are. You. Why are you so large? There. No, I don't know why they're 2x2s. Still lightly drizzling, turning more into just an overcast day at this point. No response. He's in the back! You're a net runner. Think like a net runner. Go ahead and give me a, what is that check? Interface, I believe. Let me see really fast. Just give me one sec. Hmm. You would have to first find a access point using your scanner action. That'll be under interface. I'll show you. So basically, you would roll your interface action. So you see way down here at the where it says Netrunner interface, you would roll for interface with a roll bonus of 0. So that would be. I'm going to take the first one that I rolled, which would be a 17. You do find an interface port up here in the left-hand corner. Up in this alleyway. So if you moved your character there, you might be able to hack in. Yeah, right there would be the interface location. So you would, again, roll interface, and basically it would allow you to jack into the net architecture. That is a 3. Okay. That is an ouch. I'll say you'll be able to get in just fine. In this net architecture, you see in front of you a password protected file. That's a password protected entrance. It is recommended that you the action that you would want to take would be the backdoor action to see if you can crack the code. So go ahead and give me another interface roll. It's an 8. And you can do 3 net actions, just so you're aware. Where is it? Alright. Best of luck. We will get back to what you're... We're just going to assume you'll be doing work. You fail the check. You are locked out. And you do see attempts remaining 2. So you can do 2 more interface rolls if you want to keep trying it. Yeah, but one where you can't exit and get back in. The worm? Let's see what the worm does. Yes. So you would have to first activate the program. So that will take an action. So you see the slots next to it? You click the button that says activated. So you check that. That takes 1 action. And the worm... Go ahead and then give me another backdoor check then. This is going to add... Yeah, interface again. See that? Okay, that will actually make it in. You see inside this password protected file structure a couple of things. The first thing you see is a series of emails. from what appears to be a corporate letterhead. Can you go ahead and give me a streetwise check to see if you know which corporation it is just by looking at the logo? Mm-hmm. Social. It's under social. That is a 15. Yeah, you will immediately, not even looking at it closely, you can just tell by the way that it is written that the corporation that has sent those offers has come from, let me pull this up so I have it correct here, Neomart. It's come from Neomart, a local corporation that is starting to push into the maze. And Neomart, specifically, you see the same name cropping up time and again. And the name that you see is Veronica Sharp. That name keeps coming up. Out of about the 7 or 8 emails that you find, you keep seeing Veronica Sharp come up in about 4 of them. There are the other 4 emails that you see out of those 7 or 8, or other 3 or 4 emails you see, are mainly, what would it be? Spam. Coming from other corporations trying to get people to buy in. You know, spam emails. Kind of scammy as well. There are 2 other nodes within this net architecture. They are both below you. Would you want to continue with the hack? All right. The next one is you go down 1, and that is going to be your turn. We will get back to you in a minute with the next 3 actions you can do. We're going to move back to Oliver and Darryl. What are you guys up to? Yeah, you guys would have made it back to the precinct by now. You're not going to like it. You're going to have to go to Lockett, your boss. Would you want to cliffhanger it there so you can avoid having to deal with Lockett for a little bit longer? You guys got to go as well? We could pause it here if you guys want. Is this... I don't hear any nays, so... Alright, see you around. I know where this is going. Remember, he's also doing his own GM thing, so. Alrighty, I'm gonna stop the broadcast then.